The wait is over, your breakthrough is here. Heaven is declaring this moment over your life, and I am here as a messenger to deliver what God has placed deep in my spirit for you. This is not a coincidence. This is not just another video. You were drawn here because the Lord has marked this very hour for your divine announcement. The spiritual atmosphere has shifted, the angels have gone before you, and doors that were sealed shut are now opening in ways you cannot yet imagine. I feel an urgent stirring. This is the moment you have been praying, fasting, and crying for. The delay is over, the dry season has ended, the chains have been broken, and God is releasing blessings into your life that will overflow and transform everything around you. Even as you hear this, angelic warriors are surrounding your home, your family, and everything you hold dear. They are guarding the miracles that are about to enter your life. The enemy tried to block this moment, but he couldn't. Every weapon formed against you has failed, every voice of doubt has been silenced, and every mountain standing in your way is crumbling. You have entered your divine season of breakthrough, and it will not be delayed any longer. Heaven has dispatched angels on assignment, carrying the scroll of your destiny. It is being read aloud in the courts of heaven, and your name is on it. Comment Amen right now if you receive this word. Comment 11:11 if you believe your alignment with God's timing is here. I hear the Spirit saying, the tears you've shed were not wasted. Every sleepless night, every moment of fear and confusion, every prayer whispered in desperation, God has gathered all of them, like precious gemstones, and has stored them in His heavenly treasury. Now, He is opening His hand, pouring them back into your life as blessings. The angelic realm is rejoicing because your breakthrough will not only change your life but will ripple through generations. You are not just receiving a personal blessing, you are stepping into a divine plan that will bless others you haven't even met yet. You are chosen to carry the light of God into areas that have been dark for far too long. If you feel the weight of this message, type 777 in the comments to declare that divine perfection and completion are now resting upon your life. These numbers are not just symbols, they are prophetic acts of alignment. By declaring them, you are agreeing with what heaven has already decreed over your destiny. Angels respond to faith in action, and your public declaration becomes a spiritual contract with heaven. Right now, I sense that the Lord is restoring what the enemy stole. That relationship that was broken beyond repair, expect healing. That financial struggle that kept you awake at night, expect provision. That health battle that drained your strength, expect divine healing. God is about to take what seemed dead and breathe His Spirit into it. This is resurrection power, the same power that raised Jesus from the dead, now at work in your story. You have stood firm in the storm, and now you will dance in the rain of blessings. I see angels pouring fresh oil over you, oil of joy, oil of gladness, oil that symbolizes empowerment for your next season. That oil will make you unstoppable because it carries God's authority. No demon in hell can cross what God has anointed. This breakthrough is more than a miracle, it is your spiritual promotion. Your faith has been tested, and you have passed. Now watch how God honors your obedience and trust. Comment 222 if you are ready for divine alignment and partnership with heaven in this season. There is something urgent about this word, a pressing, insistent rhythm in the spiritual atmosphere that cannot be ignored. It is the sound of a clock whose final chimes are echoing in the throne room of heaven, a signal that a long-awaited moment is crashing into the present. I feel the pressure of time in the spirit, a holy compression, as if eternity itself is leaning into our temporal realm, demanding attention and action. This is not a time for passive observation or hesitant consideration. This is a now moment, a kairos appointment divinely orchestrated and set into motion by the hand of God, and you must lean in and grab hold of it. To lean in is to position your entire being, spirit, soul, and body, toward the frequency of heaven's activity. To grab hold is to exercise the muscle of faith, to reach out with a tenacity that refuses to let go of the promise, even when the senses scream otherwise. The angelic hosts are moving swiftly, a celestial convoy dispatched with precision and purpose. They are not meandering or delayed by celestial traffic, they are cutting through the spiritual realms with an unparalleled velocity, delivering blessings, assignments, and breakthroughs to those who have positioned themselves to receive through acts of faith. They are carrying the sealed decrees of your answered prayers, the long-awaited confirmations, the financial provisions, the healing diagnoses, the restored relationships. But their delivery system is activated by faith's corresponding action. Imagine a delivery driver with a package that requires a signature. He cannot leave it on the doorstep unless someone is there to sign for it. Your step of faith, your spoken word, your courageous act is that signature. It is the proof of receipt in the spiritual realm that allows the angelic messenger to complete his divine assignment and place the blessing directly into your hands. Delay has always been the enemy's favorite weapon, his most insidious strategy. It is not always a dramatic, fiery attack. More often, it is a slow, grinding erosion of hope. It is the whispered lie, maybe next year. It is the weight of disappointment from previous unmet expectations that makes you hesitant to hope again. It is the rationalization that says, it's probably not God's timing yet, when in truth, God has spoken and the obstacle is not his timing but our own fear, our own comfort, our own unhealed wounds. Delay sows cynicism and breeds a spirit of passivity. But obedience, radical, immediate, sometimes illogical obedience, shatters the spirit of delay. Obedience is the hammer that breaks the lock the enemy has placed on your timeline. It is the key that turns in the ignition of God's powerful engine of purpose, roaring it to life and propelling you forward on a path you thought was permanently closed. Just as Peter stepped out of the boat and walked on water, you are being called to take your faith beyond every familiar comfort zone in this season. Consider that boat for a moment. The boat was safety. It was the known, the communal, the logical place to be in the middle of a stormy sea. It was, by all human standards, the sensible option. But Jesus was not in the boat, he was on the water. The miracle was not found in the security of the vessel but in the obedience of stepping onto the impossible. Your boat is your comfort zone, the job that pays the bills but suffocates your destiny, the relationship that provides companionship but compromises your calling, the mindset that protects you from risk but also from reward. Stepping out is a visceral act. It feels like risk. It feels like foolishness. The wind will still howl, the waves will still threaten, but your eyes, locked on his, will find a foundation in the chaos that is more solid than any man-made deck beneath your feet. This is not a call to a single, monumental act, but to a lifestyle of stepping out, a continual progression of obedience where each step on the turbulent water builds confidence for the next. Do not hesitate to speak life over your situation. Your words are not merely sounds, they are spiritual forces. They are the carriers of faith or fear, the architects of your atmosphere. When you decree that your breakthrough is here, you are not merely stating a positive affirmation, you are aligning your voice with the verdict of heaven. You are issuing a divine edict from your position as a child of the King into the realm of the visible. Speak it when your bank account argues otherwise. Declare it when the medical report speaks a different language. Proclaim it when the silence from heaven feels deafening. Speak it until the spiritual reality you cannot see with your natural eyes becomes so tangible in your spirit that it begins to manifest in the natural realm. This is how the atmosphere shifts. It is not a passive hoping, it is an aggressive, verbal restructuring of the spiritual environment around you, clearing the fog of doubt and making space for the substance of hope to materialize. God whispers to my spirit that some of you have been hidden for years, feeling unseen, unheard, and forgotten. You have served faithfully in the obscurity of the fields, tending to sheep that were not your own, celebrating the victories of others while your own dreams seemed to gather dust. You have prayed in the silence, wept in the secret place, and wondered if your name was even on the roster in heaven. You have watched others be promoted, celebrated, and launched into their purpose, while you remained in the background, the faithful but overlooked one. But heaven has been preparing you in the shadows. The hidden place was never a place of punishment, it was a place of preservation and preparation. In the caves of Adullam and the fields of Bethlehem, God was doing a deep work in David that could not have been accomplished in the palace of Saul. He was stripping him of the need for human approval, teaching him to depend wholly on God as his source, and forging in him a heart after God's own. The spotlight of man would have ruined him prematurely. The hidden years were where his character was shaped, his faith was fortified, and his ability to lead was forged in the fires of obscurity and difficulty. But now the trumpet sounds in heaven, and your name is being announced. This is not a gentle calling, it is a royal summons. The King of Kings is calling you forward. Can you hear it? It's the sound of your identity being proclaimed over the heavenly sound system. The angels are pausing their perpetual worship to listen as the Father declares, "It is time. Bring my son, bring my daughter, forward." When you step into this moment, understand this crucial truth: the spotlight is not for you, but for His glory shining through you. The years of hiddenness have burned away the dross of self-promotion. You are not stepping out to be seen, you are stepping out to make Him seen. You are a clean, polished lens through which the brilliant light of His nature will shine, and people will not look at you and see your giftedness alone, they will look at you and encounter the reality of God. Your testimony will be a testament to His faithfulness, not your own fortitude. This is your coming out season. It is a divine emergence. Like a butterfly breaking free from the confines of the chrysalis, you are being summoned into the light and air of your long-promised purpose. The struggle within the cocoon was necessary to strengthen your wings for flight. Without that pressure, you would never have been able to soar. The confinement was the very thing that developed the capacity for freedom. If you believe the time is now, if you feel the resonance of this word in the deepest parts of your spirit, then this is a moment for divine closure and the birth of a new chapter. The number 999 in spiritual alignment marks the ending of cycles and the birthing of something completely new. It is the numerical representation of a chapter closing with finality. Think of it as the last page of a long, arduous book. You are not just turning a page, you are closing the entire volume. The story contained within it, with all its conflicts, its tragedies, its moments of fleeting joy, is complete. Its lessons have been learned, its pains have been redeemed, and its purpose in your life has been fulfilled. God is closing the old doors with a definitive click, and no amount of looking back, no nostalgia for the familiar, even if it was painful, will be able to pry them open again. He is not just closing them, He is sealing them. And in the same moment, new gates are swinging wide open before you. These are not timidly cracked doors, requiring you to peek hesitantly through the opening. They are massive, ornate gates, swinging open on well-oiled hinges, revealing a path bathed in the light of a new day. There will not be confusion about whether you are meant to step forward. The enemy specializes in ambiguity, but God is the God of clarity. The path will be lit with a supernatural luminescence. It will be as clear as a highway in the daylight, and every resource you need for the journey will be supernaturally provided. You will not have to strive, manipulate, or force your way. Provision will meet you at the point of obedience. Connections will appear. Favor will go before you. The manna for this new season will be fresh each morning, and the water will flow from rocks you did not even have to strike. You are stepping into a harvest season where seeds planted long ago are finally bearing fruit. Some of these seeds you have forgotten about. They are the prayers you prayed with hot tears in the middle of the night a decade ago. They are the acts of kindness you performed when no one was watching. They are the seeds of finance you sowed into another's ministry when you yourself were in need. They are the words of encouragement you spoke, the prophecies you clung to, the dreams you dared to dream in the secret place. You thought they had fallen to the ground and died, swallowed by the silence of the soil. But the Lord says, they were not ignored, they were maturing. There is a divine germination process that is invisible to the human eye. Underground, in the hiddenness, the seed was breaking open, the roots were driving deep, and a complex system of life was being established that would be strong enough to support the weight of the harvest. Now the fruit is ripe, and the angels are placing it into your hands. It will be sweet, abundant, and impossible to hide. This harvest is not just for your consumption, it is for your testimony. God will not allow your story to be quiet. He will orchestrate circumstances, divine appointments, and platforms to ensure it is heard, so that others, languishing in their own seasons of waiting, may look at your life and believe that their God is also a faithful promise keeper. Every struggle you have endured has prepared you for this exact moment. You didn't go through the pain for nothing. The betrayal you experienced was a brutal tutorial in discernment, teaching you to see people not as you wished they were, but as they are, and to rely on God as your ultimate vindicator. The delay was a grueling gym session for your patience, building a spiritual endurance that cannot be easily shaken. The loss refined your character, burning away the superficial and leaving behind the essence of what truly matters, your relationship with Christ. And now, the angels are singing over you because the refining process is complete. You have been through the fire and you have not been consumed, you have been purified. You carry the fragrance of faith, a scent that is unmistakable in the heavenly realms. It is the aroma of trust that has been tested and proven genuine. This fragrance will draw blessings toward you like a magnet. Favor will find you. Opportunities will locate you. Divine connections will be drawn to the scent of Christ upon your life. No matter where you stand right now, whether you are on the mountaintop of joy or still navigating the valley of pain, your breakthrough is already in motion in the spirit realm. It has left the throne room and is en route to your location. The Lord is calling on you to be bold, to open your mouth and release the sound of faith into the atmosphere. Speak this word over yourself daily: the wait is over, my breakthrough is here. This is not a denial of your current reality, it is a declaration of a higher reality. When you make this proclamation, you are charging the spiritual atmosphere with the voltage of heaven. You are reminding every enemy, every principality, every power of darkness that has assigned itself to your life that you are not alone. You are backed by the armies of heaven. You are surrounded by a heavenly host that outnumbers and outpowers any force arrayed against you. Angels move faster when faith is stirred. Your words of faith are like a command to them, activating their assignments and accelerating their movement on your behalf. Your tongue has the power to loose them into action, to command the resources of heaven to be deployed into your situation. This is a collective moment of prophetic action. When you type Amen, you are not just passively agreeing, you are actively affirming, adding your voice to a great chorus of faith that is rising across the earth. You are saying, so be it, let this word be established in my life. When you type 11:11, you are declaring your alignment with God's divine timing, acknowledging that this is a moment of new beginnings and gateway moments. When you type 7:77, you are proclaiming your belief that the perfection of God's plan is manifesting in your life, that He is bringing to completion the good work He began in you. When you type 2:22, you are affirming divine alignment and covenant, recognizing that God is orchestrating the details and establishing you in His faithful promises. And when you type 9:99, you are making a powerful statement of faith that you are ready to close the old chapter, to let the past be the past, and to walk boldly into the new thing God is doing. Every comment becomes a prophetic act, a spiritual signature on the contract of faith. Every declaration becomes a key, crafted in the furnace of your belief, that unlocks a specific compartment in heaven's storehouse, releasing what has been held in reserve for this precise time. Your testimony will be the undeniable proof of this moment. You won't have to craft elaborate explanations or try to convince skeptics. The evidence will be written all over your life, in your countenance, in your peace, in the sudden turn of events, in the miraculous provision. God's power will speak louder than any words you could muster. People will look at you and wonder how everything changed so suddenly. They will see the harvest and not have witnessed the long, hidden season of planting and watering. They will see the victory and not have been in the trenches of the battle with you. They will see the breakthrough and not understand the years of pressing in and holding on. But you will know. You will know the truth. The wait ended because heaven declared it. The breakthrough came because God's appointed time arrived. The chains broke because the word of the Lord has power to shatter every bond. And it all starts here, in this moment, with your faith, with your declaration, with your conscious, willful alignment with His plan. This is your now. Do not let it pass you by.